We got another one of these from True Off My Chest. And this one is titled, My Partner Left Me, so I told everyone he doesn't have cancer. That's right. Yeah. I swear to God, if you ever leave me, I'm going to tell the whole world you don't have a terrible disease. My partner told me when we first got together that he has cancer, and if his operation doesn't go well, it could be terminal. He said his treatments have also made him infertile, so imagine our shock and joy when we found out that I was expecting at the start of 2024.
Oh, so he's alive.
I'm even more confused. Maybe he thought he did? I'm even more confused now. We now have a beautiful 5-month-old daughter who is perfectly healthy and thriving, and he is in remission. My pregnancy was difficult and lonely because all of the intense treatments he went through while waiting for his operation. I did a lot on my own, knowing he desperately needed this to have the best chance possible of shrinking his tumor before having it removed, so we can have a long, happy life together as a family. Okay, so he did. He's currently living with his mom while he is in recovery, so that it takes the pressure off of me caring for both him and our baby until he is well enough to move into our new home with us. He still comes to our house and we go to his mom's all the time, so our baby isn't missing him. And on Wednesdays, he has his daddy-daughter days where it is just the two of them to make sure they are bonding well. And he has had the practice until he is well enough to take care of her at home full time and give me a little break too. Last week, we had an attempted break-in at the house. I asked him to come over and stay here while I'm waiting for the locks to be changed, and because I'm scared, but he wouldn't. I was talking to his mom, too, who slipped up telling me he wasn't home. Long story short, this is Reddit. I'm sure you can see where this is going. I don't know, lady, like you've given us a lot at this point that I have no idea where all of this is going. We argued for over 24 hours before my suspicions became too much and I went to Facebook. It took me less than an hour to find the first 2 women. During my pregnancy, I was suspicious of a lot of things and put it all down to my hormones, as he would continuously tell me that I am paranoid and hurting him when I ask. One thing my paranoia just wouldn't let up about was his cancer and his treatments. I asked his mom about it, who told me he doesn't have cancer, but he is having treatments. What medical facility would be like, yes, you could get chemotherapy when you don't have cancer? He has an autoimmune disease, which he receives transfusions for. Very serious, but nowhere near terminal and no operations required. She also informed me he was in rehab, not the hospital. He was addicted to illicit powder and was trying to recover for me and our baby. I never mentioned to him that I knew. I assumed it was the embarrassment of wanting to get clean without my knowing so he could be a good partner and dad. I was so proud of him for getting that help that I never spoke out about it. With his autoimmune disease, his mom explained how brutal it has been for him and that he did have chemo a few years back, so maybe that's why he's confused. Pregnancy brain is a real thing, and maybe I'm just too blindly in love because I accepted this and never questioned it again. After discovering the first 2 women, I sent my partner a message telling him to let his girlfriend know I'm asking after her and not to bother coming home anymore. I've had the locks changed from the break-in so he can't get in. He panicked and started begging me to answer the phone and let him come see me so he could explain everything. I started to see everything through clear eyes for the first time and realized how long he had been gaslighting me for, and told him no. Realizing he couldn't get through to me and now aware I was trying to contact his girlfriend, he panicked and went to her instead. During that time, I found a photo she had shared of the 2 of them and shared it to my profile with the caption of, "Can someone please ask this woman to contact me?" She instantly blocked me, but her sister got in touch with me instead. Apparently, the family have never trusted him and knew something was wrong. This affair is serious enough to have met the family. She says he has told her not to speak to me as I'm deranged stalker he slept with once years ago. I've been hunting him down, trying to convince people my baby is his. I sent her a photo of the birth certificate and us in the hospital together to show her sister before he can lie to her anymore. Green flag sister here, being like, something's off. During this, I'm also messaging another woman who is furious at what he has done and is helping me with all the information she's aware of. She tells me he broke her heart by cheating on her without even knowing he was cheating on me too. So far, I have the current timeline. Chemo in March, a 19-year-old. Rehab in April through July, a woman of an appropriate age this time, but also cheating on her. August to now, his 20-year-old girlfriend. I then find out his emergency cancer medication that he had to leave for in the middle of labor was actually the fact my 2 failed epidurals screaming in agony, begging the doctors to help because I thought I was dying while the emergency team rushed in to place extra monitors on our baby in distress, was actually just a huge turn on for him, so he needed to go sleep with a 20-year-old before making it back, just in time to kiss me before I went into emergency surgery. This was Sunday. It's now Saturday the following week. I made a post on Facebook calling out my partner for his actions with photographs, medical notes, and evidence, and asking people to leave me alone on Tuesday after 48 hours of no sleep, multiple calls to the crisis team, and a barrage of harassment from his friends and family who want to sue me for character defamation. If this was a regular affair, I'd lick my wounds and move on. But now that I have learned I have been leaving my daughter alone with a drug addict who is claiming he doesn't know me or his daughter to others, but demanding custody rights to me. Tons of women have now come forward and have also dated him during our relationship with no idea of me or each other. This is obviously really upsetting, but what upsets me the most is that I begin to notice a very worrying pattern. He's told every single one of these women that he has cancer and can't get them pregnant. I said my labor and delivery was difficult. I was induced due to an infection that I had. My GP had told me I had an STI, and although I understood and took the treatment and was induced, my madly in love pregnancy brain never accepted it as an STI until I went back this week and checked my hospital discharge notes, and it was there in big bold letters, sensitive, partner STI. He has been telling women that he has cancer and can't get them pregnant so they don't need protection, which led to an STI which almost killed me and his daughter in labor, and he wasn't even there to be with us because he was sleeping with a young girl who also believes he has cancer. I decided to let everyone know that he in fact does not have cancer by using a screenshot of his mom's messages. All the women he has slept with to make sure they take a pregnancy and STI test. All of his friends who he has been guilting for years over his condition, and also social services and the police for sexual endangerment. Me and my daughter now have safeguarding in place from a local organization for women leaving abusive relationships, so I feel very safe to reveal the truth about him and make sure all of his partners are safe and informed, seeing as he couldn't uphold his legal obligation of declaring an STI. I guess his postpartum girlfriend will do it for him. There's more. Hang tight. I have also had contact from many of his old friends, band members, and ex-partners who have all gave me testimonies for their use for the police as backup if his mother does in fact try to sue me. This man has been lying and manipulating women for over 9 years. So far, everyone is now aware of his lies, and I am waiting for my in-person meeting with the police. I can't imagine any updates from here, as it will only be a legal battle that probably can't be shared, but if anything else of interest comes to, I will make sure to write about it. Oh, also, my partner is a primary school teacher.
Oh, no!
Hold on! Katie Thunder's question is, where does he find the time? Well, not like
he was just like living off his mom.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. So, I mean, he's got his game figured out, and his game is using cancer to get laid, and also
it's gonna come as a karmatic shock when
building
he
this
gets it.
this sticky dicky pyramid scheme where he's got all these. Oh my gosh! And now OP has a child with this man. That yeah, you can probably get to the point where he obviously doesn't want to have anything to do with the child, or who knows what'll happen there. But no matter what, there's a biological link there, which really sucks. That's terrible. It's terrible. This is all terrible, and I can't believe it. I thought for sure the first time this happened, it would only happen once in a stream, but hell no. It's happening a second time. The first stream we're ever using it's happening. This dude gets a black hole. He gets a black hole too. 2 in 1 day. The first time we're using them. Can you believe it? Would you look at that? Would you just look at it?
We said it would only be used in extreme cases.
This is an extreme case.
47 extreme cases.
There's been 2. Can you imagine being in a relationship and finding that you've been lied to, and it's not just a double life, it's a quintuple life, whatever it is. It's just this web of lies that you were just a victim of.